Let's kick it off with a roll call. Sacco. Tiger.
Yep.
Waffle.
I have pants on.
Babyface.
Gobbledygook.
And I'm Edward O'Hare, nickname to be determined. Welcome to WCBJ, the Comic Book Jones podcast. Coming to you from 2220 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York.
Drink.
Yes, we are sans Sacco this evening.
Yeah.
He's moving into a new apartment.
Just because Sacco's up here, you're the center of attention.
He's sitting in the seat.
I am sitting in the seat.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But we do
Sock
have,
does make those noises though.
we do have a guest tonight, an old high school buddy of mine, Mr. David Clancy Colton.
Hello, how are you today, sir?
Hi, Dave.
What's going on, fellas? Thank you for inviting me
What's
over
going
here.
on?
Welcome. Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what's up, Ed?
Bring the energy, Dave. Bring it.
You bring the energy. Stop making silly sounds.
Well, we had Satan on last week, so this week we decided to bring on Bizarro Jesus.
So is this podcast just turning into like a forum for your friends?
Yeah.
Where's Kieran?
A forum for his friends and an odd religion involving Satan and Bizarro Jesus. Yes.
Ed's slowly trying to start the cult, Silas. Don't stop.
It's alright, I don't blame him. But I like his weaselly ways.
Yeah.
It's like the
Weaselly
following.
ways? What's that supposed to mean?
You know, you're slowly changing the course
Trying to
of
get
this
us
podcast.
to trying to get us
I
like
see what's going on.
contracts.
Speaking of weird religions, have either any of you guys heard about the Church of Grant Morrison?
I haven't looked into it past you telling me that that's going to exist, and I don't need to know anything more.
Imagine.
Wait.
The Church of
is
Jim Morrison?
Is
No,
he
that
actually
already exists.
Grant? Oh,
Yeah, the Church of Grant Morrison. Like the article that I read says that like he'll be there doing sermons like the first Sunday of every month.
All I picture is this generation, someone trying to be Timothy Leary,
And like
it's just trying to like spread, do stupid things,
Yeah.
follow what I say.
it has the basis of like
Yay!
out of body experiences and like psychedelics and
You
stuff.
just literally, yeah.
Where is
yeah.
this
Well,
happening?
it's funny.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
funny 'cause-
California. I don't know.
Because
I'll be
well, no,
there.
he lives in Scotland. He lives in
Yeah.
Glasgow.
But Morrison Con happens in Las Vegas.
But it's just odd because, you know, in interviews, he's the guy who tells you, yeah, everything I've written in a comic is something I experienced during a psychedelic hallucination.
So happy the horse, yeah.
Well, if you if you read anything, you can tell almost 99% of it. Yeah.
I just like to see Bat Cow.
Oh, you have no idea how much I want to get the pencils for, like, when Batman's just rubbing his face, he's like, Bat Cow.
Oh yeah,
yes. I picture in my mind, I don't hear, like, Bat Cow, like a deep voice, I hear Bat Cow. Like, very soft.
Cat tattooed on them.
Oh, don't.
Yeah.
It's just, I think Tiger's first comic tattoo should be Bat Cow.
Yeah.
Just a cow by itself, and just you can tell people it's Bat Cow.
Ace the Bat Hound.
Ooh, Ace the Bat Hound. You should get all of the super pets tattooed on your back and your face.
But
Wait, what was the eighth? Was that Batman character?
Yeah, it's a
It's
dog.
like the dog from
Yeah,
what?
it was during the 50s when they were trying to copy all the Superman pets.
Was that the cartoon or the comics?
It was the comics.
In comics, yeah. He was
It's a serious character. Batman had a
Was
dog.
he a Doberman?
Yes.
Batman.
Yeah.
I like
He was a little Doberman.
Yeah.
There was Streaky the cat, which was Flash's cat.
Didn't
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dog wear a hood, right?
He has a little cowl and a cape.
Yeah.
And there was a bat hermit crab too, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Nothing. Well, and then Marvel. I don't know. Marvel always had a beat with Thor Frog,
I love him.
He's great.
He's
which is one of the most ridiculous concepts ever.
He has some of the best busts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, the last one that came out was just him because there's two different Thor frogs.
Yeah.
There's the joke that Thor got turned into a frog, and then there's
Okay,
the
yeah,
frog
yeah.
that found a piece of Thor's hammer and got turned into a little mini Thor.
Oh my god.
Right? Aren't you happy you love that you do this for a living, Tiger?
And he was the star of Avengers Unleashed.
Yes.
The Pet Avengers.
Well, that and Lockjaw, who doesn't
Yeah.
speak.
Lockjaw's the man though.
You gotta love characters.
Hey, wait,
that don't speak.
what's Speedball's cat's name?
Oh, I almost said Speedy. Like, that's gonna be so fucking original.
It could be.
Probably, yeah, exactly. It's not. I'm gonna have to look this up because it's gonna kill me now.
And then Lockheed was in that team too. Kitty
Yeah,
Pryde's,
did Lockheed
dragon.
talk? Because Lockheed
No,
is a
Lockheed
dragon.
doesn't talk.
I don't
Lockheed
know,
just
but-
fucks shit up.
Is it weird that I have no idea what you guys are talking about?
Lockheed's Shadowcat from the
Dumb
X-Men.
animals from comics.
Marvel had a Pet Avengers at one point where it was like all the the pets like Falcon,
Yeah.
Lockheed, like all the animals that have anything to do with Marvel, who are always background characters, have a team now and they have to find the Infinity Gems, which was funny because they found the Infinity Gems, and that they brought them to the Avengers and
They
got
fought
tied into
Thanos.
Well, it's weird. Like Marvel and DC always do stuff like that. Why doesn't Image do like Walking Dead with teddy bears or something like
Because they
that?
want to
That'd be
sell books.
retarded. see the teddy bears just ripping each other apart and just the fluff
What
popping
I'm-
out.
That
What
would be
I'm-
awesome.
That
What
kind
I'm
of-
finding right now is the name of the cat is P-Cat, and he had it when he was penance, so his penance at P-Cat.
Oh.
Awful.
Yeah.
Maybe Peacock had another name before and then Penance. Does that have spikes on its collar?
No, he was Hairball.
Oh, there you
Hairball.
That's original.
Yeah. Oh no, my favorite. Well, what's the name of Squirrel Girl's main squirrel? Is Joey the Squirrel?
I don't know, I forget.
From her main squirrel that follows around is named Joey, and everything else. Squirrel Girl. Her main squirrel.
Oh,
is named Joey, and then the rest are just squirrels.
I like the squirrel from Green Lantern. He's a bad.
Yeah.
Chip?
Oh, Chip.
Badge
No,
or Chip?
not Chip.
Oh, that's who Chip.
No.
There's Badge though,
Chip
too.
died.
Yeah.
Oh fuck
That was
you.
the other one.
During
The
everyone's
one with
wedding.
The new one?
Badge.
The new one.
It's Badge.
Yeah, Badge.
Oh
No,
man.
it's like B apostrophe DG.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna have to look at the blog spot and the Tumblr to see this picture of what a PCAT looks like. For those who know what Penance is, I'm just gonna show everyone at the table because this is
All
fantastic.
bad, yeah.
Oh, it's like a cat in a sock.
So that's Hairball.
For any of you who know what Penance
It's
looks like,
amazing.
it's a cat in a tiny Penance
Wait, what
box.
was this from?
This is what Hairball turned into after Robbie became Penance.
If you guys don't know who Penance is, during Civil War with the New Warriors, where basically the whole team died except for Speedball and like 500 people in Connecticut, he changed his name to Penance and had this costume with a whole bunch of spikes actually stabbed into his skin because he felt like he needed to give himself penance for all the deaths of the
He had a spike for every injury,
Yeah.
and he had a longer spike actually piercing his skin for
every
death.
person that died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did the cat do?
awesome character. He
It was his cat.
he was in Thunderbolts as well.
Okay.
Yeah, there were some really touching stories with Penance,
Oh,
and then he
I
just
loved
kind of went
Yeah.
away.
And when he went nuts and just all the
Yeah.
doctor visits. Yeah, good
I'm gonna
times.
need to end up cracking open a beer because I don't know any of this.
It's like confused.
I'm gonna drink until I see the characters.
You're gonna curl your hair like a ditzy schoolgirl.
What are you playing out your fantasies, or are you asking him if he's going to do that?
Oh, are we gonna do another Babyface's creepy dreams tonight?
Ooh.
No.
No.
I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to come for that episode. I didn't want to be here for
That's
that.
every episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's always a creep. You probably shouldn't have chosen to sit next to him.
Did your last stream have like schoolgirls twirling?
No, the last stream I can remember was Straight Light Manifesto and Wilhelm Scream performed, but
You already saw that.
well, yeah,
Did you say I
have
looked
to.
like the guitar player from Wilhelm
Yes, you
Scream?
do look
Yeah.
like a guitar hero
man.
guitar player from Wilhelm Scream.
Me and Tiger can tell you, it's on Babyface's mind a lot. It's on his skin.
No, it's true.
Yeah, it's his
How
skin.
many Wilhelm Scream dreams you have a week?
And in all fairness, it could have been worse. It could have been that guitar player's kids. 'Cause
No,
that's happened
like
before.
every other month probably. Like whenever like my mind tells me it's like, oh, you need to see them.
Do you have like a weekly recurrence of like,
No,
I need
not
to
a
see
weekly.
them?
Not
For
a
those who
weekly.
don't know, Wilhelm Scream is Babyface's obsessive favorite band.
Yeah, they're actually playing this weekend, but I can't go.
He stalks them all.
Shameless promo.
Most of us at the
They are
table
very
are,
good.
me and Tiger are also fans, but Babyface, well, has a music tattoo.
Yes.
Like, people with music tattoos are obsessive. Speaking.
Yes, I love them. Listen to them.
Yeah. But
Kudos on the streetlight tattoo. by the way.
thank you.
Cool. All right.
So, everyone have to
Drink
drink a
up,
little bit.
people.
I think it's time to jump into our listener emails.
Splash.
Dang.
Yes! You have new mail.
Well, we had an extra email that we didn't get to read last week from Derek from Mr. Pinto. So I'm just gonna read it. It's in addition to the end of his email. So it starts
Oh
off.
yeah, well, so just to
To-
backtrack,
yeah,
in the last email,
To backtrack, it refers to Babyface's question, which was, Babyface, oh Babyface, I'll take it easy on you this week. What's your favorite book and why? And then it kind of went into, he's usually a lot better with those questions for you. But yeah, he responded with, in normal kind.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, Babyface. You're not getting off that easy. Also, I wanted to make Waffle drink some more. I'm not playing it this week.
maybe he was there.
Yeah.
Untimely.
Yeah. We're probably gonna get like 2 emails
Yeah,
from him tonight.
exactly. He's going to try to make me drink more. You fucking loser.
He's gonna take little
Asshole.
sips.
Your question is this, and I know you love the questions that he keeps asking about your mom.
Yeah.
Would you rather fall in love with your mom in a way no one ever should and actively try to pursue it? And by pursue it, I mean try to sleep with her every chance you get. Or fall head over heels in love with a goat knowing you can never be together and always have a hole in your heart and a sense of loneliness for the rest of your life. Okay, that's that. Hope you're better. Hope that's better. Enjoy your beer, Waffle. I do.
The question sounds nicer coming
Have
out
fun.
now.
Be safe. Jerk off Jones.
I told him about this one because afterwards I read it. I'm like, oh, you realize that if you ever ask questions that involve my mom, the guys know how insane and miserable of a person she is. I'm always going to choose the other one.
And I actually like the idea of you loving a goat.
And
I'm
yeah,
with you.
the idea of that.
Yeah, it's not
was-
horrible.
You can still choose to find someone else. He'll just have that long goat.
You just have to explain to that woman why there's a hole in his heart that she can't fill.
Right.
That's a movie script right there. I get the image of the goat like, stern look, where it's like, love me.
No, not even stern look. Just that look of a goat giving like, I don't know
chewing
what's
slowly.
happening.
Like every time you
just
pass
bleeding
by
at you.
Every time you pass by a farmland and you see a goat, it reminds you of that special someone,
just
and knowing that you can't have them anymore.
One tear just falls down my eyes. If I'm driving, like the passenger next to me is like, "Oh, what's wrong?" I'd be like, "Nothing."
Yeah, every time you hear a goat bleat in the distance, you cry a little bit.
He sniffles at the thought of cuds. This is kind of his thing.
So, in the next email, this is
a really
this is a new email. A real email. Ooh. To the Titanic team up of Team CBJ and Ed O'Hare. Okay. Which universe would you choose to live in if it were an option? Any comic movie universe, even counts even Disney zombies. Okay. What persona would you choose to take over in that verse? Any hero or villain? Aside from significant others which already come along for the trip, what would you take with you? Marvel Encyclopedia, weapon, security blanket, all my love and still cursing the Liefeld name / quote unquote talent. Tony Riverito, starring as Tough Tony.
Hey, Rob Liefeld can sign here anytime he wants.
I want to live in I want to live in the Howard the Duck movie universe because it's completely crappy and full of awesome 80s special effects.
I want to live in Cool World.
Yeah. Does that just like come to mind because we got those issues back in?
That's exactly
I like
awesome.
that movie. I enjoyed that movie.
So, what was the name of the Brendan Fraser movie with the cartoon monkeys? That Monkey Bones?
Monkey Bone, yeah.
Yeah, I want to live in the Monkey Bones universe actually.
As
Brendan
Let's all
Fraser.
live in Brendan Fraser movies.
Yeah.
George of the Jungle.
Oh, so you want to be the Scorpion King Tiger?
Back from Blast from the Past.
Or Encino Man.
Yes.
That would be the Encino Man.
Yes. Or Airheads.
Airheads.
Yeah. Oh no. Tiger, you and me can do like the Airheads team.
Brendan Fraser's
Steve
not
Buscemi,
bad,
we can get somebody to be
We're
Adam
pretending
Sandler. I'll just be the short, fat Brendan Fraser.
I would choose the world from Pleasantville.
Okay. It's not bad. What about you?
I would probably go for like the Dick Tracy life, man. I would definitely.
What terribly named villain would you be?
I would definitely be Al Pacino's character.
Okay.
And what the fuck was his name now?
I can't remember which villain he was, but will you have a bright yellow suit?
Yes, either that or I could be Mumbles. Like that's
I was gonna say that.
That would be great
I would
too.
be
That
Mumbles.
would be lovely.
Ed?
Let's see. Let's try classic Fawcett City, where my eyes would be just two black dots.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Going for the ecstasy mode.
Billy Batson. Yeah, that's funny in those classic like Captain Marvel issues where like the radio pack is this giant yellow backpack and this weird antenna coming out of his head.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Ed automatically went to Captain Marvel.
Oh, of course.
You have to choose a cartoon universe.
Well, no, any comic
any
universe. Yeah. So I hope that answered your question, Tony. You must have been dying to know that.
He was skeptical about sending that email. And he's like, "No, I gotta rewrite it." And I'm like, "No, just send it." That was awesome, man.
That was
Wait, he has you proofread his emails?
No. Tony, when you listen to this in the future, just send us whatever you want to ask us. We're not going to judge you. You're not Eric.
I'll judge you. It's a horrible question.
Bizarro Jesus will.
Yeah. So, on to the
judges
second
everyone.
email. Dear Salacious Ones.
Ooh.
Did anyone die on April 1st? Did Sacco and Tiger overdose? Did Babyface and Waffle die in battle to the death? Who was it and what happened? Please give details.
Okay, so
Wang69, now and forever. Grandmaster Wang Jones.
Monday morning when I was writing pull lists, and I think I had something I wanted to send Tiger to. I wanted to send him a text. I'm like, you know what? If I text Tiger or Sacco, I wonder if they'll respond. I wonder if they'll remember they're supposed to be dead today. And I'm like, crap, they're supposed to be dead today. Fuck it, it's already too late.
No, we discussed it on the podcast.
I don't remember that
we
in the least bit.
You were here.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember that in the least bit.
That kid.
I thought about it, but it was mostly kids that day too.
Yeah.
Just to backtrack from last week, last episode we talked a lot about April Fool's pranks, and one of the ones we wanted to do was just to have a day where either Sacco or Tiger was going to be dead. But we decided not to because we thought that it would turn customers away.
Yeah. It would have been too time consuming around noon to like print out pictures of Tiger or Sacco's faces and be like,
Or maybe you could have played the sympathy card and maybe gotten a little more of a business, you know? Had a eulogy here, you know?
Well, I went the nice way, and Tiger knows the joke that I had to bring in my mind for like a day on you Babyface. I think I told you on Monday.
What's that?
Get a cahoots with Caitlyn and then scare up a fake scare for you. But then I figured you would take that way too hard, and I'd probably break you for a day. And I was like, that's not cool.
And then I totally gave you a real response too.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, she was pregnant. okay, that'd be fine. At
Yeah.
least I care about her.
Yeah, that was, and his response actually probably was like, oh, okay, we need to talk now.
It's like, I'm a 28-year-old man. I'll have to find a way.
But in the answer, I won the battle to the death.
Yes.
He also adds he will rule the cult of the Wang 69 with extreme prejudice.
Yeah, whoever wants to join the Wang 69 cult, inquire with
Well,
him.
I'll put up the picture of your fabulous leader who's sitting on the Game of Thrones throne.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
You guys can travel the world having bukkake fests.
We have one more email.
Oh.
Yeah, on that note, I'm just going to keep going forward with the email.
Do it.
Cocky Fest, Jesus.
Turn X-rated very quickly.
Oh man, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a comic in this one that I can't wait to put up on the internet.
Nice.
Dear assholes, I'm a rare visitor to the store, inconsistent listener.
Oh,
and
fuck you.
Generally inebriated pain in the ass.
You call me an asshole and you don't show up here a lot?
Love the show, not a huge fan of Tiger.
Oh.
Whoa.
Since I can't physically be a part of the podcast this week, I thought I'd send along a listener email in quotes, which is ironic because I don't ever listen. LOLs, JK, JK.
Wait, I know who this is.
Yeah, to fill the void, which is my specialty. Ooh.
Whoa.
It's dirty.
But I digress.
Must be a tiny void.
After finishing a decent amount of alcohol while playing the podcast drinking game last week, I was sitting and sharpening my pointy shoes when I thought, I drank a bunch last night, but I know I can drink more. So, I propose a challenge. Next time I come to the store, I will sponsor a WCBJ podcast with a big old bucket of Jack Daniels so we can all play the WCBJ podcast drinking game. And then there's a picture, if any of you have been around the internet, there's a panel of Batman smacking Robin, and people have always just dubbed in what they wanted to say. And in this one, Robin is saying, I think I'll just have a beer, and it's Batman slapping him, saying, shut it off, a whiskey only.
I like it.
Under these conditions, though, everyone plays. Who doesn't love whiskey and working with a hangover? Everyone has a ride home. Between Ed's family van and Sacco Babyface's respective lady friends, we should all be able to get home safely. Tiger, your keys will be waiting for you at the register. Feel free to drive yourself home at your leisure. Yeah.
I'll drive anyway, so
Yeah.
fuck you.
Everyone follows but does not abuse the rules, or else, and the store shall surely perish in a blaze of toys and trades, covered in whiskey and smelling of Entmans. In participation of your obvious acceptance to my challenge, I have already purchased said bottle of whiskey. In the picture, it looks like a normal bottle of Jack, so congratulations, sir, I guess. And I trust you'll bring the shot glasses. That's bolded. Was he upset last week or something that we didn't have shot glasses?
He had a glass.
Yeah.
It was a legit
I'm
glass.
counting down the days until I return with memes, which I've attached to intentionally alienate listeners who obviously can't see them. Which is hilarious, since all of them are big white blank fucking boxes.
Awesome.
Well,
Continuing on, asshole. Also, if you see him, ex-pork chop, known as TBD to you. Whoa. Who hasn't answered any of my fucking text messages. I just live alone 3,000 miles away from everything I know and love. Totally cool to ignore me.
Oh.
Don't you like getting called out?
Wow.
He said he loves you.
Yeah.
He misses your belly as a pillow.
I'll be back on April 19th for about 10 days. Plan accordingly, bitches. Kneel before Zod, Satan. P.S. Tiger, I handmade that pork with no electricity in the dark by cell phone light for you people. Do you have any idea how hard it is to masturbate in the dark into a large cast iron pot over a hot oven? But seriously, I love you. Never change.
I love you too, a little more.
And also,
Well
if you remember last week, Satan revealed the secret ingredient to his world-famous pulled pork, his semen.
Ah.
I accept the challenge.
Oh, everyone playing the drinking game, finish your drinks because we got a jerk off Jones email.
Nom.
Well, I like
Perfect
to say that
timing.
when
Well, I wanna-
Satan comes back.
Tiger has some select words for him.
No, I will first of all get that jack shit out of here. We'll do Jameson.
There you
No
go.
Irish whiskey. Bring that shit down. I accept the challenge. So
Yeah, let's do
do
it.
this.
Let's do it.
How about we really grow some hair on our chest and do some Devil Springs?
Well, we could do that.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean, nothing says comics like getting your stomach pumped, you know? That's usually the deal.
Let's go the classy way and just get a bunch of bottles of 99 bananas.
Oh, no.
What are we, high school prom again?
I like it.
Oh, sorry.
I want to hear the story.
Cesaro Jesus digresses.
Everybody I know that has a drinking story that involves 99 bananas involves them almost dying and going to the hospital because it was so tasty and they had to drink it all.
I have a scar in my lip because of 99 apples.
I just remember pissing in a field in the Alba house. That was about it for me with 99 bananas.
So
Really?
No more
Yeah,
99
that was about it.
It's beautiful. Now, Is everyone ready for our fucking fabulous weekly email?
Oh, no one ever is.
Hopefully I have a good question this week.
No, this is a long one.
Oh, God.
Yeah, go nuts, Tiger. This is all you.
Woo! Hot damn, Pinto.
Have you been working... Derek, answer this question next time you come in. Have
That's
you been
why I
working on
left
this
so fast.
since you left the store?
Okay, this is ridiculous. This is like a fucking essay.
Have fun with the Derek Pinto
And
episode.
just for the future, let's not fucking write essays. This is a short show. It's supposed to be anyway.
We got the power.
Alright, here we go. Okay, first off, fuck you guys. Fair enough.
Fuck you back.
Yeah, fuck you. dickhead.
Eat some shit.
Jerk off.
Now I can start my weekly email as normal. Hello, everybody. Jerk off Jones here. As I mentioned in an earlier episode of this very podcast, I have been writing my emails in later than usual for 2 reasons. One of them being Babyface peeping at them like the Tom that he is, and the second being the later I email you, the more Waffle drinks. Waffle's not drinking now. He's not going to drink every single episode.
Well, I have my beers. We all drink a couple beers while we play, but I'm not going to be playing the drinking game every week.
We don't want to
here's
turn
what
Waffle
Chung
into an
is.
alcoholic here.
Yeah.
Alright, well, what has Jerkoff Jones acting so defensive, you may ask? Probably not, but for the sake of this email. Well, let me tell you. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is a fucking therapy session for you. Last week's podcast had the host slandering my character. No, Sacco, I am not soft. I was okay with you guys not knowing why I've been sending these emails in later, even though I've stated my reasoning in other episodes. I'm okay with you saying my emails have lacked content. Hell, I'm even okay with you guys not plugging my Twitter. That he wrote his Twitter, but I'm not going to tell him what it is. Let's just say it's @ComicBookJones. What I'm not okay with is the statement you made about me not being able to portray my thoughts through the form of words. What the fuck is this? I have my degree in English and I know my shit. Again, in an earlier podcast, you, Sato, were the one who commented? I don't even know if it's proper English.
He has an English degree, though.
That's correct.
Okay, so I guess I'm a fool. Were the one who commented on my vernacular and said I was sounding too snobby. Because of you, I dumbed my emails down a bit so I would better suit your desires.
He just called us all dumb.
He did.
Fucker.
Who sells cheese for a living?
Yeah.
And who sells books?
I own a business.
Yeah.
You're telling me I don't know how to write. Make up your mind. Also, when I open my emails up with comic-related material or subjects pertaining to what was said in the prior week's episode, it's, quote, out of the blue and not good enough for you guys. Now that that's over with, how is everybody? Hope all is well. What the fuck?
Okay, man.
Now?
You've reset 3 times.
This is awful.
He's bipolar.
This isn't morning radio.
Had a nice visit to the store today and couldn't be more pleased with the service. Oh, thank you. Mama Jones was lovely as always. Very nice.
Sounds like we're on NPR right now.
I know.
This.
Fuck it, here are some questions. TBD. I've been giving Babyface all the hard questions, but I feel as if it could be just as fun to give you those same questions.
Okay.
So, to this I will ask you the same question I asked Babyface last week, in a mysterious email that somehow got lost in the interweb that was meant for Mr. Face. Okay, well, we just went over this, so we're going it again. Would you rather lust over your sister in a way no one should ever lust over your sister, and act on those feelings, and by acting on them I mean trying to sleep with her whenever you had the opportunity, or would you rather live the rest of your life knowing you'll be alone, and never have the feeling of love for anything other than a moose? Just copy, paste, and switch out a couple words.
Well, first, let me expand that question to include your actual, physical sister. And
Yeah.
Sally.
My sister kicks my ass
And
on a regular
Sally.
basis.
Oh shit.
Oh, my brother?
Yes.
My brother, whose nickname is Sally?
Now you get to take your pick.
I'll still take the moose. Really, I would not go with Irene because she's just an abusive spouse. Let's be honest.
But what about the goat from before that Babyface was with?
The goat's mine. Get away! Have your booze.
Are we gonna skip Sacco's section, or are we gonna read it out loud to have like a moment of silence?
Yeah.
Well, maybe, but we'll save it for next
Well,
week.
wait, hey, why doesn't
Right?
Bizarro Jesus answer Sacco's
He could,
question?
but I just glanced over it, and it's very...
Specific to the people at this table, and he doesn't know us very well.
It would be kind of.
It's not gonna be fun to throw into the
We'll
bucket.
save that
I
one
couldn't.
for next week.
Save
We'll
you from the
Thank you.
sharks.
Yeah.
Alright? Okay, so next question is for me. Tiger, because I was a fan of you saying you enjoyed my email last week, you don't have to answer a question. Instead, you get to ask a question to anybody there or myself. I definitely want to ask you a question, I just don't know what it is, so perhaps I will...
I know, with bated breath.
Yes, perhaps I will think that went over.
Even if you asked right now, no one's going to hear his response.
Well, they will, because I'm sure they'll email it. And
Yeah,
we'll
and
do
it'll
it.
be a diatribe.
True.
It's an email you can reply and
Yes.
It goes both ways.
yeah.
I see me next. Oh boy.
Yeah, waffle. Which do you prefer, waffles or pancakes? This seems like an easy question, but the answer may surprise us all.
Genuinely pancakes.
All right, see, there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that crazy shit.
I enjoy pancakes more.
Yeah, exactly. For everyone, well, when you go to like any place to get waffles, it's only one giant plate-sized waffle.
Yeah.
You don't get a stack of them. Like you make them at home, Eggos are tiny, and you can have multiple
Very true.
ones. You go to a restaurant, you can get a fucking giant stack of pancakes, blueberry pancakes, everything.
But those cinnamon Eggo waffles, man.
No, but
you can't get enough of those.
Yeah, but you can make a stack of those at home. You go to a place, you're just gonna get one big cinnamon waffle, and it's gonna be like that's cool.
Yeah, with the waffles and they put the fruit in it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say it's
Or
terrible.
stuffed
Yeah.
waffles. Stuffed waffles pretty awesome.
That's true.
You don't have to tell me.
I also prefer pancakes.
Yeah, and for anyone out there, my name isn't because I have an extreme love for the food. It's more so because I played World of Warcraft and I'm very terrible at coming up with fantasy names.
And the names last
And the names stuck for
forever.
like 8 years. Ed?
Like waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes. But I was going to say that reminds me, one of my nicknames was Pork Chop in high school.
Well,
We
you were
heard that
so
before.
and Dave here came up with my favorite derivative of that name, which was
the Porky one.
no,
Porky
C.
C. Oh, Porky C. Yes, it was Porky C as well.
I like that.
That's my
Porky C
favorite.
because it was short for pork chop. You know?
Yeah.
Pork
Because
C, you know?
there was like choppers, chops.
Any future white people looking to get into the hip hop game, please use that as your name in the future.
Porky C.
I want to see that on an album cover.
Can we just call you Porky Pig from now on?
Have you been waiting to exit that?
Just now. I just thought about that before.
All right.
Hopefully you're happy with your answer for once, Derek.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, you didn't ask me like, what am I gonna pick? Give up something I love or something else?
Or pancakes or pancakes.
So I just remember
It's
being.
my turn.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
babyface is
Sorry,
right.
Dave.
Wait,
Keep talking.
Dave, what were you
Interrupted
saying?
Oh no, I was just remembering the reason why I said the Porky one is just I just remember being extremely wasted one time in high school and coming upon you and for some reason I thought that I had to kill you. And I said
I just walked into a room and you were just sitting there.
I
just
was
like must kill the porky.
I must kill the Porky one. I did not have a fucking knife in hand. I didn't know how I was going to go about doing it.
Thank God.
Because I'm built like a string bean and Ed could squash me. But I was determined though. I was determined at the time. Oh, youth.
Did you skip some of that email? Because it went faster than
No,
it
I
looked.
told you that there's a big portion for Sacco. Well,
And
no, and I read all this.
And
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
I
saying,
butted in
fast.
on Babyface's question. I'm sorry.
That's
Oh,
okay.
no, we're not there
He
yet.
doesn't want to.
we're not.
I'm sure he doesn't want to answer this one anyway. Okay.
Oh, yes, he does.
Babyface, your question is easy. You have to sleep with each of the other guy's girlfriends. What's your favorite and least favorite feature of them all?
Wow.
What? Is that the whole
So
question?
there's a little more. If a guy doesn't have a girl, it's their mother. If you don't know their mother, how big do you think their dick is? What the fuck?
So Derek,
How much would it take for you to hold it?
So Derek, did you start
perverted
drinking?
much?
Did you start drinking at the beginning of this and then finish the bottle around right before Babyface's question?
Okay.
Then fall off the fucking map.
Well, then I just want to put the closings. You must answer or you're fired.
You have no authority.
Can I do that?
Then they say, can I do that, Sacco? It's not just Sacco's decision.
Two?
Yes.
In this hypothetical situation, we all have attractive girlfriends, and I haven't stared at anyone's girlfriend enough to find a flaw that I dislike. It's retarded.
This sounds like the political
It's
answer.
really silly. So, I don't know.
It's also weird because I don't have a girlfriend.
This is the
And saying that I
You
have
got-
an
you
attractive girlfriend, I know my hand is really nice, but I just,
It's really soft.
It is.
I've only shook your hand
I use
once.
lubricant.
Nice.
But the guys who work at the store all have nice looking girlfriends, so
Just
I
nice.
don't know. I don't know his mom. She probably has a giant dick. I don't know. I
Alright,
don't know.
should not listen to this episode.
Maybe
Spoiler alert! Spoiler
alert.
alert!
That might be my favorite thing that's been said on this podcast so far. Because I don't know Ed's mom. She might have a giant dick.
But,
Thank you, Babyface.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Go everyone for having hot girlfriends.
Well, you didn't really answer the question, but I don't think I want you to anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on that side.
You don't have to answer and you're not fired. So, Derek, come up with better questions.
Or we'll fuck your mom. No, we won't. I can't.
What's the rest of that say, Tiger?
Alright, we get the closing paragraph here. That's all for this week's, guys. Well, actually, that's all for this week, guys. Kept it nice and short. No, you didn't. That's all. Hope you all have a good night. Forget about all the nonsense I spewed before. No hard feelings. I love you all with all of my heart. Seriously, you guys are like family to me, and it's all in good fun. Hope to see you soon. Go Tiger Sox. And then he put his Twitter handle, which I won't. We love you too, Derek.
Derek, what do you talk about on Twitter? Send an email next week with what you talk about on Twitter that everyone who listens to this podcast needs to follow you.
Do you think for Derek, Thursdays are like the longest day because he can't wait until Friday to listen to the podcast?
I hope so.
To hear his questions.
You know what?
answered?
I'm actually gonna
Like
tell
fully
him
required?
Derek's Twitter handle. It's at dpinto87.
And he probably just talks about
Hopefully get
fucking
some
moms
followers.
and mooses.
Yeah.
I think that's usually
And-
what.
and the
I don't know
title-
the guy
and
And his
is.
friend's girlfriend.
Everybody follow and just barrage him with questions.
Yeah, try to crack his password to spam.
I have to honestly say, Derek, up until now, you've had some pretty funny questions, some fucked up things. Babyface's question was just gonna start fights.
No.
Not fights, but uncomfortable stares and silences. What are you looking to do to us, Derek? We like each other. Stop.
Yeah, stop trying to draw the wall between us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah.
And hopefully this week's question to Sacco is actually good because he's
And
getting
that
upset.
is actually a pretty.
Thank you, TBD.
It's a pretty fun question.
Okay, well, listeners out there, you have to wait till next week.
Okay, I think that's it, right? The letters.
Yep.
That's it.
Now
Very
it's
good.
time to hear Dave Colton's secret origin.
My secret origin.
So David Clancy Colton,
Dun dun dun.
how did you first start reading comics, and what were the events that brought you to Comic Book Jones?
My first experience reading comics was probably the Staten Island Funnies. I have to admit, some of the classics. I was a big Garfield kid. I used to crack up at that cat.
Oh, in the Advance?
Yes, in the Staten Island Advance, and then I think all kids go through a collecting phase, and so I collected the comic books, the collections of Garfield comics. And that was kind of what started it all for me. And
So you really like lasagna?
actually, no. As you can tell, I'm quite thin. So I mean, lasagna wasn't on my list of things to do, but it was really more or less just I liked getting belly laughs as a kid, and for some reason that orange cat just really got to me. And now I look back on it and I'm saying, what the fuck was I reading?
Yeah, Garfield's pretty dry. at
Yeah,
times.
it's pretty dry, but no. And then I kind of matured a little bit, and I was always into just graphic art, and I know we were talking before, just I love death metal album covers and stuff like that. And I think that kind of falls into the comic book genre a little bit. And what brought me into Comic Book Jones was actually I was really inspired by watching. There was the Batman graphic novel that they came out with, one of the original ones, and I forgot the name of it now. The original
Arkham Asylum?
It was one of the spookier Batman comics that came out, and I was
trying to think of
and I forgot, and it was just one of those ones that I was like, oh, the artwork's really cool. What's something similar to that? And then I came in here and I said, I'm looking for a graphic novel, and I'm not sure which employee it was, but they graciously put me onto Criminal, and that was my first time. And
Even me.
it probably
Yeah, I don't remember. Well,
it might have been you because I said I was looking for something that was, and it was, I was looking for something that was inspired by that kind of Sin City kind of thing, but I wanted to be a cool kid and not read Sin City. And so yeah, no, it's great, it's great, but I just wanted something a little something in that genre, and coming here, you guys put me onto Criminal, and it's an amazing series.
That was
I love
easily
it.
Tiger.
Honestly,
I try and get if anyone uses
That push Criminal?
I always
Push Criminal, yeah, that's
yeah.
Criminal's a very good book.
Yeah.
It is, and then just coming back in here, it's like, oh man, I really wish I didn't waste my money on plane tickets and bicycle parks because I'd be buying comic books.
That's not a terrible thing to waste money on.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. But no,
Well, that's also funny. I mean, Steve just recently went back to California. But
Yes.
You just came from California.
yes, I did. Yes,
Awesome.
I did.
Did you guys high five midair?
Yeah, basically. I think he said. He said he in the email he left before. He said that he left everything he knew and loved, and I came back to everything I knew and hated. But it's.
Are you really Steve? Wearing the skin?
Yes. Basically, I have this very nice dark skin underneath.
Yeah.
So why'd you return?
I returned for multiple reasons, just some family things, and also to get surgery on my leg. And thanks, Mom and Dad, for the help. And that was great. And now I'm back here for a while, just kind of holding it down. But it's back to the Comic Book Jones thing. It's just it's really cool to see how I mean I'm kind of on the outskirts. I've always been into really a lot more of the pop culture side of things. And so like comics kind of fall into it, and every time like I walk into this shop especially, it's just, you get inspired by that kind of stuff, and it's really cool to see it's still alive, still active, so it's cool.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work, gentlemen.
Cool. Thank you.
Definitely.
We'll try.
I love Garfield too.
Yeah. Have you ever read
the cartoons?
And Hagar the Horrible. That was my
Hagar's
dude,
awesome.
man. That was my dude.
Have either of you? I know Tiger probably has. Have you any of you guys read Garfield minus Garfield?
Yes.
Have you ever seen Garfield minus Garfield?
No.
Okay, Garfield minus Garfield is somebody has just photoshopped Garfield out of every single strip. So it's an Odie. So it's most of the time just John talking to himself.
So he looks like a great comedian.
Yeah, he looks so like the strips that he'll be like, I'm gonna go nutty today, and then run around with a funny face for 2 panels. And Garfield usually has a witty comment. It's just a man running around with funny faces for 2 panels after saying something like weird.
There's also on that website, there's different videos as well.
Really?
Yes.
I never delved too far.
There's a video that's really good that is like a spoof on Final Fantasy, and it's Garfield walking around and he gets to a battle, and like one of his powers is lasagna, and it's really good.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up.
If we could put that link on the blog.
Yeah, I can put that up.
Yeah, it's good.
Go on our new Tumblr page.
Yeah, WCBJradio.tumblr.com.
Did you ever get excited when Garfield and Heathcliff had team-ups?
That was the back page of, I don't know, you said Sunday Funnies in Staten Island?
Yeah.
The back page was my least favorite because it was the Phantom, Mary Worth, and funky fucking Winkerbean. And I was just like, I'm 7, I don't want to look at this. What is this page?
Is that the page with
No, the Phantom was
drawing
cool,
your egg?
man. At least
Oh no, the Phantom was cool, but I was just like, I don't understand what I'm reading. This is like number 700.
Mary Worth was always just me looking at it and going, why is Grandma
Yeah.
on a comic? Like, what is this all about? It was like the Chronicles of Angela Lansbury. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't really understand that.
I have a pretty good Heathcliff story that involves the store. And
You're
it
the
sounds weird.
first person in my life I've ever heard say that.
Well, there was a strange woman that came to the store one time, and she asked.
Always a great way to start a story.
And she went through the back issue bins, and she picked out a Heathcliff comic. I don't remember if she asked for one. I got one for her, or she just went through the bins and picked one up. But she got one. She paid for it. And then she took a piss on the store floor.
What? I remember this. Yeah.
She.
I wasn't here for
Now,
that.
did
but-
one,
that year one?
did one of the events of that story have anything to do with the other?
No, I don't think so.
I'm looking at these Garfield without Garfield.
I just showed him one Garfield minus Garfield, and his immediate reaction was jerking back and laughing.
That's amazing.
That's
fantastic.
There's going to be many much Garfield minus Garfield posted online through our page. So.
You guys should definitely check that
There's gonna be a
out.
lot of people checking it out.
It makes Garfield worth rereading.
There's actually a book
And
now
not
which I
when you
need to
said
buy.
Yeah,
we need to see if we can get this to have on the shelf tonight because this is fucking genius.
Oh, there is a book with this?
It's Garfield minus Garfield.
There's cool.
And the cover's actually pretty good because it's John talking to a hand puppet saying, "At least you care," and Garfield's getting erased.
So good.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, just as a representation of how awkward the strip gets. The very first one is just John by himself, sitting there going, "I've done things in my life that I regret," and then sitting there in silence for the next 2 panels, staring down at the table, and that's it.
Haven't we all been in John's shoes?
Yeah.
At least once a week.
Oh man.
So and Tiger, you mentioned before that somebody peed in your store.
Yes.
And I work in retail as well, and I've had similar situations.
Okay, there you go, so you know my pain.
And so I feel your pain, man, definitely.
And she's pissed. She walked while she was pissed.
Oh, she was pissed while she was pissing?
So it was, so it was like on multiple pieces of the carpet and on the wood floor too. So.
Oh, that's bad.
Damn. And
couldn't just mop and glow it.
Oh,
You had to,
yeah.
He had himself and shake people's hands. Wonderful people that you meet in comic book stores. Sometimes. Yeah, Waka. Oh, there's lots of good people. Well, the crazy ones are special.
Oh, speaking of wacky characters, Dave, why don't you share some of your stories about your drunk Irish neighbor?
Well, no, there's there's a neighbor that lives up the block from me, and his name will not be named, of course, just in case.
But he can sign here whenever.
Well, let's call him.
Yeah, of course, he can sign here whenever he wants.
Let's call him Harry.
Yeah, so Harry is this gentleman that is always red in the face, and sometimes you'll catch Harry on the Staten Island Ferry, but usually you'll catch him driving in a pickup truck. And what happens is usually when he comes to the block, he insists on driving backwards up to his house in reverse.
That is fantastic.
It is quite interesting to watch. And he has to go at least 45 miles an hour in reverse.
My question was going to be, do you hear like a starting screech and just like fly back?
It's just like
yeah.
And then he will pull up in front of the house and he'll drop a random comment to you almost every time.
Okay.
And so he'll lean out of his driver's side window, and he'll just he'll look over to you and go, "Hey, Dave, I got some of this plywood I found in the back of my truck, and I just wanted to know if you wanted to hold it in your garage for a little while. It's some good wood, real good. I found it at a pool hall." and you're just...
But they were just giving wood away?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, you know, the stuff it's a freaking free-for-all down the block over on Bay Street. I swear to God. You know, you can find as much wood as you need, you know?
And so you just took it. You didn't need it?
Well, I mean, at the time, I just thought it would be a good idea. You guys want to have a couple beers in the back of my house? I got a pool in the backyard if you want to cool your heels, too, you know? And what I forgot to tell you about Harry was the fact that he's also gay. And so every now and then, like, you know, I mean, and he'll just kind of hit on you every now and then, just a little bit, or he'll wear these cut-off denim shorts too. And so he'll hop out of his truck sometimes and go like, "Hey, fellas, how's it going? You want to just kind of help me out here in the backyard for a second? I got a six-pack and I got to move this shed over here. So if you want to take your shirts off, it's kind of hot out." And you'd be like, Steve, it's March. "I know, but you're going to be sweating a lot back there, so you might as well. So come on, let's go. Let's make moves." But
now you say it's cut off shorts. How high above the knee?
Oh, listen, I mean, you know, you got a little bit of extra bulge, just like, you know, like an action figure, kind of, you know, just enough to the bulge, right there.
And is he a svelte guy?
Svelte? I mean, I guess you could call the gentleman a little bit svelte. I mean,
no, I mean, like, does he have a couple extra pounds?
Hey, listen, I don't got no extra pounds here, but I got some really strong calves and some good quads, all right? I've been doing a lot of leg presses these days. It's good. It's good.
This is the Jerky Boys
I was
voice.
going to say, for someone who drinks as much as he does, to keep up a nice body, that's some hard work.
Hey, you know, I just do a lot of 12-ounce curls and stuff, and it works out really good for me, you know? And the jug handle lift is good, too. It's great.
Tiger keeps it shape, though, too.
Yeah, no, Tiger looking good, man, definitely.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
You look like you wanted to say something, Tiger.
No.
You moved to your mic and it's just much smart.
But you always meet some wacky characters on Staten Island. That's kind of like, you know, the whole thing about it is.
Oh yeah.
I think that's one of the charms of this place. You can always tell everyone's just a little crazy.
You can't pay a mortgage with that.
Hey, everyone's got to have a hustle, though, you know?
Oh, man. Hopefully one day my crazy man on the bus will meet your crazy drunk neighbor. And we get to watch this.
What's up with your crazy man?
You can't pay a mortgage with that. He works at Stop and Shop. He's about my height. He's a chunky, like, bald man. Definitely lives with a family member. He's definitely not on his own because he gets off and walks into, like, an apartment complex. Like a little condo complex, so it's not... And his response to lots of people when he asks them what they do for a living and asks how much money they make, his response to every single fucking one of them, I can't pay a mortgage with that. You can't pay a mortgage with that. And I respond to him one day that I'm 23 and I sell comics. And his response is, you can't pay a mortgage with that. And I didn't know what to say. I still want to know what to say. I kind of want to be like, I don't have a mortgage to pay, so I'm fucking fine.
How about go fuck yourself?
No, I want to ask...
Hey, you might not be able to pay a mortgage, but you can sure get some natty ice with that money. I'll tell you that. Hey.
But and I think I said this last time this man was brought up, I want to ask him next time when he asks somebody, you can't pay a mortgage with that, is very finally stand up and be like, can you pay a mortgage with your fucking salary? Tell the bus now. We've heard you. Tell us, can you pay a mortgage? And just leave it at that and sit back down and hear the round of applause that won't happen.
No one ever is going to applaud you on the bus, no matter what happens. Like, I mean, oh, Jesus.
I've watched a man get thrown off once and there was an applause.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody came at the bus driver and somebody threw him off.
Oh, well,
and everyone was like happy that he got thrown off.
Well, in what was it? In Los Angeles, I remember there was just a bum in the back of the bus, and he would, and the entire ride from Santa Monica all the way back to Hollywood would just sing at the top of his lungs, "Crystal Man, Crystal Man, Crystal Man," and the whole time there's like a little Brazilian family looking at me saying, "Please help, Please help us, what is crystal meth? And then he's just in the back, crystal meth, the whole time. And nobody says a damn word.
How long is that bus ride?
That bus ride is 2 hours long. And I will never forget 1 minute of that fucking ride.
Did anyone try to give him like spare change? Or was he...
No spare change necessary. He already got his fix, clearly. He was singing about his crystal meth.
He's probably all fucking hyped up and had nothing to do with just go belt it out on the bus.
Of course. No, and I thought, like, New York City definitely is the edgier of the cities.
Yeah.
But Los Angeles public transportation is some hood shit.
Have you ever watched a man waiting for a train scream at the wall across from the fucking subway telling me he's not his mother anymore and he can't treat him like that? And then throw up the Coke he was drinking at the wall and scream, I hope Dad leaves you, you're a selfish cunt. It was 3:30 in the morning and I was waiting for the R train at 8th Street. And I just stood there like, in awe, just kind of sat on the chair, like he's not paying attention to me, so I can stare.
And
just watch.
An hour later, you will find that same man at Port Authority just saying, "Do you need someone to walk you to your train?"
Yeah.
Or there was a guy that I remember on the he's still on the ferry too. You'll see him
right now. He's on the ferry.
Oh, you probably if he's listening. Hey, what's up, man?
Quacks?
No, not the guy who makes the quacking noise. There's this gentleman. You'll see him on Saturdays and Sundays. On his cell phone in the morning, on a Saturday morning ferry boat, going, yeah, honey, and then you'll see him walk towards the trash bin and start rubbing trash all over his face, going, yeah, babe, no, I'll be back at around like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and you know this guy's not a bum because he's got brand new Nikes on every week.
Yeah.
And then the second you get onto the one train, and once you get like a stop away, you see him come out, hey. Could anybody help me? Spare a dollar, a penny, a nickel even, some of the change, any food you got, a bottle of water, something, please, anything to help. And you just looking at me, and I always find him, and I say, hey man, what time do you have? And he always pulls his cell phone out to check his time.
My favorite crazy person on the ferry was once there was this dude shouting about how terrible the economy is, blah, blah, blah. And it's very rare when you watch two crazies interact and they bump off for a moment. So there's this man, and I got into the terminal, and he's preaching from the moment I got into the terminal till we get on the boat, and he's preaching to the lecture hall that is now the ferry. And this woman who's walking around asking everybody for money for a hot dog, walks up behind him and you just hear him scream, "Don't listen to him! He's insane! He doesn't know what he's talking about!" Can I have $1 for a hot dog? Can I borrow $1 for a hot dog?
Wait, are you talking about Bullethead?
I have no idea.
The lady with the scar in the
yeah.
That's her.
She has a name?
Bullethead
has traveled the ferry.
I take that, like, I mean, the shit is marked on my arm, so it's just kind of like, it's just kind of something that I have so many great memories.
Okay.
But Bullethead is this lady who's on there, and she talks like this all the time, and she'll walk past you, she'll go, "Hey handsome, how are you? Could you spare $1 for a hot dog?"
Yep.
And if you walk by and ignore her, she goes, "You dirty cocksucker, what the fuck's the matter with you?" And then other times, in the morning, there'll be like all the stickheads and stuff like that on the boat in the morning. And she goes, "I'm not like the rest of those guys. I'm not going to the methadone clinic. I'm going over to the harbor with my mother and drinking me a White Russian and smoking a couple cigarettes." And you'll see her, like, I don't know, I haven't seen her in a while now. It's been a few years.
I think the last time I saw her was that meeting of the minds.
Meeting of the month. And I'll never forget, there was another time where we were going home, and she was standing in the middle of the boat just before it was about to dock, going, "You light up my life," and she serenaded the boat for a good 10 minutes.
That's awesome.
See,
fantastic.
My favorite is the exact opposite of that. I had someone on the subway once who came in and was just like, "I have the only thing that I have left is my voice," and then he started singing, and it was, "Oh, honey, baby," and you just think, if that's the only thing he has left, he is fucked.
Yes. Around Christmas time, my favorite bum with a guitar playing music in the subway ever came in, and he comes in and he's strumming the same chord over and over again really fast. Silver bells, jingle all the way. And just finished every single Christmas song, like two to 3 lines at the most from each together. And he just kept doing the same 4 lines over and over again from different songs.
Well, that's so we wouldn't have to pay the copyright.
Yes.
ASCAP, we got you. We got you.
But that just made my night, because he sang Silver Bells, it's Christmas time in the city, and then Silver bells, jingle all the way, jingle bells, dreidel, 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 Just playing the same chord over and over again, very fast.
That's awesome.
Very, very fast.
So,
But for all of you out there, if any of you playing the drinking game, you probably finished a couple drinks during the last, 5 minutes. Just the round of story. It's good for you.
Cool.
Hopefully you're still with, oh, man.
All right.
enjoy that.
Let's make this about me now and do a DC meets Marvel.
Okay, we're going to go pee.
So Captain Marvel zapped him right between the eyes.
Thunderbolts, number 7.
Didn't you read that last week?
Yeah, but we didn't get to talk about it on the show.
Oh, that's right.
What
Okay.
a dick.
I thought that totally felt like deja vu.
Well,
I thought it was fucking.
I was
around.
actually just about to say that.
Okay. Well, there you go. Enjoy.
But if you're
Go
wondering,
on.
it's because we went a little long, so we decided to save this for this week because it was a good issue. Ed liked
The Marvel book.
Whoa! Yay, Ed! It wasn't the top, but it's up there. Strong characterizations.
Really sassy cover.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
it's all-
Elektra and the Punisher getting hot and heavy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Which is funny, because I can only imagine how many women in the Marvel Universe would want to throw themselves in the mass killing that is. Because he's hot in their minds.
Well, I'm sure the sex is great. It's the breakup you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about the sex with the Punisher?
You have.
You know, I try to make a comment.
Weekly basis.
Not the same. Not weekly.
And yes, don't forget the goats.
Damn it! If I had a dream tonight about a goat, I'll be pissed.
Oh, and we'll talk about it next week.
Okay, go on, Thunderbolts. How long?
No, but the premise is it's a team up of a bunch of villains or shady characters in the Marvel universe that are led by the Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross. There's also the Punisher, Deadpool, Venom, Elektra, and look at the recap page. Red Leader and Mercy, and just really, really cool character moments in this issue. The setup, I guess, is because it's a bunch of villains types, sort of similar to Dark Avengers, but this one is a little easier to understand.
They're all
Vigilantes.
good guys, though. But yeah, they're all kind of loners,
Yeah.
mercenary types.
And not the kind of people you'd see in a team book.
No, that's kind
Yeah.
of the point, which is all
Yeah.
which is cool about it.
Yeah, and there's one really cool moment that goes into a great splash page roll show. Basically,
Red Hulk just beat the crap out of everybody.
yeah, they were planning a coup against the Red Hulk, and Deadpool's like, oh, we could do it, he'll be totally harmless, and the next page is a 2-page splash.
Quick question for you, Ed. Is this your first issue of Thunderbolts you've read?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a good jumping on point because Phil Noto took over the art for this issue,
Yes.
where before Steve Dillon.
Yeah, Waffle was
Yeah.
telling me.
And there's the reason why I gave him that issue of
Yeah,
Thunderbolts.
and Phil Noto, I love
he
his
killed
art.
on that issue.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
That Red Hulk scene is actually my favorite part of that issue. Because
Mhm.
they're like, oh, he won't fight us. We're inside of a submarine. You can't
Beautiful.
do anything crazy. And then splash page of everyone beat the fuck out. Like,
It's funny, I actually had a conversation today with someone who was reading that issue about the art and saying how the writer didn't change, but are you liking it more? And they said yes. I'm like, it's funny how you change the artist and all of a sudden the writing just becomes better in your mind.
Yeah, and the cool thing, the thing I like about this is it has great character moments. You guys
Yes.
know that's the thing that I always latch on to.
well, that's why Thunderbolts is always a great title, period, though, is because they're always characters that you don't see a lot of characterization happen with.
Yeah.
Interact.
Now, are any of these characters like regulars in the Thunderbolts?
This
Well,
is the new Thunderbolts.
This is the new Thunderbolts team. Thunderbolts
Okay.
are, I don't want to say constantly changing, but when it comes to outside of, an Avengers team, which always has new members coming in and out of it,
Well, the difference with this one, this is the first time that the Thunderbolts aren't a group of villains.
well, some of them are
usually
well,
mandated though.
Yeah, Thunderbolts are usually for you, those of you who read Suicide Squad, that same kind of deal, only
Yeah.
without the nanobites sometimes.
Yeah,
They're
you
just,
usually felt like for a while the Thunderbolts became, besides originally being villains who were pretend to be heroes that decide they like being heroes, a lot of times they were villains who were imprisoned, and if they were part of the Thunderbolts team, then they got years off their
the Thunderbolts
stay in
Initiative.
jail.
Oh, so it's very similar to
Or they just got out because
Yeah,
some
that-
of them had life sentences. So it's
Yeah,
like here.
the phases of Thunderbolts go as the first one he said, where there was a group of villains that pretended to be heroes and then went, oh, we like being heroes. And then that slowly came apart and had its way at the end of like Civil War.
Yeah, Norman Osborn.
When the Initiative took over, Norman Osborn was the head of Thunderbolts, and that's where Dark Avengers slowly spawned out of.
Yeah.
Not the new Dark Avengers, the original Dark Avengers.
They were the Thunderbolts.
They were Dark Avengers were the Thunderbolts as the villains, and he had the idea to make them dress up as the heroes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's when everything got
And
really
then
cool.
the team of Thunderbolts after that, they were his like covert Black Ops team of villains, like Crossbones.
Oh, and I forgot to say earlier, this issue's written by Daniel Way, and we said arts by Phil Noto.
Yes.
And colored Guru FX.
I'm sorry, Guru FX definitely like the shout out to the company.
Tiger, would you like some peanuts?
No, thank you.
Oh, okay. You guys want some peanuts?
No, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't want your natural energy.
No, no.
I just try to keep things random.
No, sorry.
Peanuts here, get your peanuts.
I promise I'll read Thunderbolts now.
Did you? So you dug it? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I dug it.
Cool. I'm happy. I'm happy I actually won for once. That's.
You win most
of
the
time.
time.
Well, no, I actually this week I went up to Ed. I went, Ed, can you ask someone else who works here to give you a Marvel book? Because I don't want to keep giving you Marvel books every week. And then you told me you were just going to read this. Like, I'm just going to talk about this week. I don't know. I was excited to see what Tiger would have handed you or something.
And
I'll give you a book next week.
Yeah. And Waffle, I hate to give Ed the advantage here, but that new Wolverine trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
It was cool.
No. I'm gonna hopefully be on your side. Honestly, I saw a GIF of very quick scenes. And it looked cool, but it looked cool. I haven't watched the whole trailer. Babyface enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it, Babyface?
I hated the first movie.
Well,
the trailer.
The trailer for the first movie
was
was
better
awesome
than the entire first movie.
Well, the trailer for the first movie was awesome, and then we saw how that came out. So I'm skeptical.
I'm curious about the Silver Samurai.
Okay, what
he looks like a porny Shao Kahn.
He's always looked like a corny, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the way he looks in the movie from that one still I saw. Mm-hmm. He looks like he does in the comic, and it's a stupid, really ridiculous looking silver samurai outfit.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no disappointment there.
So let's hope it's a good flick then.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed. But Marvel released a bunch of stills from their Phase 2 movies today. The last couple of days they came out because the Helicarrier box set I believe came out. The big like DVD.
Oh, the box set.
Blu-ray set.
Oh yeah, so we can actually see the Ant-Man footage now.
Yes. Well, it's still not gonna be online. You have to. It comes with a code to go to like a website, I believe.
Bastards.
Yeah. There's a website apparently up if you bought the box set. I don't know if it tells you in there. There's a code that comes with it that you go to a website.
Oh, it's not on a DVD.
There might be stuff on DVDs.
It's not on the disc.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, you're right. You have to put a code in.
Yeah, but when you go to and if you think about this, when someone hands you the DVD, that's all the content you're gonna ever get from that DVD. So it gives you a code to a website. That website can be updated on a 24-hour basis.
Yeah. Speaking of Marvel announcements, I just remembered two that I read because they announced that this week is Superior Week.
Yeah.
2 new series coming from in July. New Carnage miniseries, Superior Carnage, and a new ongoing series, The Superior Foes of Spider-Man, which is the new Sinister Six's book.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun 12-issue run.
Yeah. TBD, what's the DC update?
DC update?
What variants have left this week?
Oh, no. Don't do that.
Go easy on the kid.
Oh, yeah. I read Action Comics 19 today.
How was it?
I loved it.
Okay.
I thought it was cool. It's a different direction. It's nothing like Morrison, which is
what
exactly what you need.
Which is what I like after the new run. Like, that's what Marvel now did. They just took everything in almost 180-degree direction.
Was it action-packed?
But
yes.
Cool.
That was the art.
The art was well. What's funny is there was a 5-page preview that was in a bunch of issues last month.
It's not there at all.
Well, no, it's all there, but what you realize is that there was no narration boxes, and now those pages are filled with narration boxes, and it almost feels like it's not as effective.
Okay.
But that's weird. That's just my personal thing.
Well, you've been used to seeing it one way for so long.
Yeah.
The other way
And there is a lot of information that you do learn in there. It's not
pointless.
Stiggle's a good writer.
Yes.
He's not one of those guys like, I'm writing narration boxes to explain what's going on in the art because the art editor told me that my artist isn't that good.
Well, Diggle's worked with artists like Jock, and Jock is like one of the.
Jock, yeah.
I love Jock, but he doesn't get into detail very much.
No.
So like this is like a godsend. I can imagine. Like, yeah. Jock is very fast sketch, like very just pencil work, a couple colors, very heavy inks.
But Tony Daniel is hot.
I like Tony's art. I'm not a fan of his writing, and I like when he winks in that direction.
Yeah, his art style is really good.
Yeah.
Did you find it bittersweet because you know that 2 of them are off the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well.
You had a question, Dave?
No, it's alright.
Yeah,
It's all right. I'm gonna lay back on this one, babyface.
I'm more upset about that Green Lantern Corps book I'm never going to get to read.
Oh, yes,
Because
me too.
Fialkov just...
A question for you. Being that for DC, April is the gatefold month, did you like these gatefolds for this week? Did you
I thought some of them were good, some of them were interesting. Some of them I thought were stupid because they ruined the ending of the issue. Like the gatefold is basically, you don't find out what that means until the very last page. So you're like, why should I read this?
I was sitting with Ben when he came to that realization, and he wasn't a very happy camper for a moment.
Okay.
He got to the end and went, the fucking gatefold, the gatefold just ruined the whole issue. Are you serious?
It's like the guy in Mallrats that couldn't see the sailboat.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a scooter. A scooter is a sailboat, silly. I'm gonna stop the Kevin Smith quotes because Tiger's here.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's okay.
You have any news, Tiger?
I got no news.
Oh, well. Well, maybe
Anything else you guys enjoyed this week?
Well, we can talk about the store and Ed can talk some more.
Oh, what? No, talks. What did I just pick up?
Wow. You like how that was just completely ignored? Cool.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Well, let's get to the part where we talk about the store and Ed gets to talk some more.
Oh, gets to talk.
You're doing a segue that you completely...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to do a segue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey.
I am completely oblivious. Let's do some commercials.
Hey, I was trying to segue. Like, you talk about, like, boxing in the street and segue into talking about Mike Tyson. It's the same thing.
Come on, Mike. Go.
Here are the commercials. Commercial segment. Commercials will be beginning now.
Ed,
soon.
speak.
If you ever find yourself in the tri-state area, give us a visit. Every Wednesday, everything in the store is 10% off. And all #1 issues and first volume graphic novels are 20% off forever. If you live in New York City and like buying digital comics, well, go screw yourself. But if you live somewhere else in the world, like California or Colorado or Calcutta, and you want to buy digital comics, just head to comicbookjones.com and click on the Digital Store tab. There you'll find links to Comixology and the DC Digital Store, and you can buy your comics and help us out at the same time. You can follow us on Twitter @ComicBookJones, like us on Facebook.com/ComicBookJones. Check us out at WCBJRadios.tumblr.com. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss, the show email is cbjpodcast@gmail.com. And if we read your email on the air, you'll get a coupon for 25% off your next CBJ purchase. Plus, the podcast blog is cbjpodcast.blogspot.com. Tiger, what events do we have coming up?
Well, speaking of 25% off, next Saturday is going to be Sapo's birthday sale. It's going to be 25% off everything in the store all day long.
And then afterwards.
Yes, and then afterwards we got a after party. We have 2 bands coming down to play at the shop. Pussy Wolf
and
Clean Girls.
Clean Girls. Come down, it's going to be fun.
It sounds like one of those should open for the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had some music playing in the store, so come
Yeah,
enjoy it. So it's always a good
Come
time.
have fun.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
By the way, was that your tunes that was playing before?
No, that was Sapo's iPod.
And then towards the end was Mama's iPod.
Oh, well, listen, like good tunes in here.
That's all we try.
Good tunes.
Thank you. We
Should
try.
be here Tuesdays. Tuesdays is Mama's iPod day.
Yeah.
All right.
Mama's iPod is pretty fantastic.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah, it's the golden standard of music.
Yeah.
And then that's not even a joke. But
that's a big event coming up, so come down.
yeah. Also, another note on like the Tumblr, you can people can send us questions on there too.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
of
there's
course.
an ask site. They can submit things they want us to post and talk about, shit like that. There's wonderful things they can do if they actually visit and click links.
Jump into the conversation.
Yeah, you can send us anything you want. We'll post pictures that you send us. Send us silly things. Send us your best cosplay, your brony moments. Oh, brony moments. Yeah.
I still don't think that's as dirty as you guys think.
No.
Whoa.
Tell me what you told me.
Oh yeah,
2 days ago.
I didn't tell you because I was saving this for the podcast.
Oh, okay.
So, strolling Tumblr on my account, and I find somebody with like a multiple post of a bunch of funny brony pictures, and they're all kind of just like grown men dressed as horses, which is like I'm laughing, I've seen it before. And then the end is an Etsy listing. Etsy, for anyone out there that doesn't know, is a website that you can start your own store. You sell your own crafts. You can sell, jewelry, shirts, like pipe, anything you made, like anything.
Okay.
And one of them was a plushie for, I don't remember the name of which pony it was, but it's a picture of the plushie, and you can obviously see there's a cut in the rear. And the description of the plushie Goes on to explain how they made the plushie and like what kind of like fabric it is and blah blah blah. Then the second paragraph explains what the hole in the back is for and how you shouldn't finish inside because it might ruin the fabric.
Oh
And then I sat there and I made the exact motion you just did, Ed, which is a face palm, and I contemplated the fate of this world. So for all of you out there that's listened to us for week after week, I've just been like, what's so bad about these grown men liking the little girls show? They fuck stuffed
You're
animals.
horrible people.
Yeah.
Please, guys, don't be that desperate.
We're not going to say as a blanket you're horrible people because there's probably really nice souls amongst you that do stupid things. But don't put your dicks in a stuffed animal. Go find a woman and make her dress as a horse. It's a little less weird.
A little less weird.
It's a little less weird, but it's still a woman. Or a man if it's your thing. But just leave the poor stuffed thing. And whoever made that, shame on you. Shame on you for making a tiny stuffed pony and then adding a fuckhole in the back.
Do not get wealthy. Do not get wealthy.
It looked like it was a one-up thing, so that makes me kind of happy.
And we just like to say to the creators and those who work on My Little Pony.
You can sign here anytime.
Yes, and the comic or the TV show. Yes, you can
We would love to have you.
Yeah, sign here anytime. Come talk on the podcast so we can ask you why you like to critique these depraved men's fantasies.
Little kids actually do like the book, though.
Little kids like it.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Yeah,
children.
7-year-olds don't spend hundreds of dollars on merchandise.
Does the black stallion then have a different meaning for them too?
There's no black horses. It's a PC show.
Oh.
There is Spitfire.
They're very colorful.
Yeah. They all have really gay, like girly names, and then there's Spitfire.
Oh,
and it's just like, who are you? Do you like come in and beat them all up and then leave?
Does he have like a mohawk?
He has a mohawk of like a flame and.
Okay.
Oh, this is real?
This is real. It was on the blind package box because we're reading like cherry fizz, apple sparkle, Spitfire.
That's his voice. Dude.
Yeah. That's all. Thank God that was at the end of the podcast.
All right. Let's not forget our picks for next week.
Yeah, my pick is My Little Pony plushie B. It has the soft cooling grip. I'm gonna stop.
What's your actual pick?
My actual pick is Sex Number 2.
Did you rate number 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Sex Number 1 was awesome and not as depraved as the name lends it to be. Yeah.
I'm
and
sorry.
it's actually really great. Yeah.
It's ironic. You just went a whole rant on perverts, and your pick for next week is sex.
That was a good book.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And I also enjoyed Joe Casey's just sense of humor. Everything's a collector's item. Number 2 collector's item. And if you just want to enjoy a grown man bitching out another grown person in like a letters column, the back of number 1 is pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was an enjoyable letter. Just Tiger.
Yeah, I picked Invincible Universe number 1 because I love Invincible, and I'm hoping the new book will be just as good.
My pick for next week, I'm pretty sure Tiger actually would have wanted this, but it's Mega Man number 24, which is the first issue of the story arc Worlds Collide, where it's Mega Man and Sonic crossing over.
Yeah, and I understand that every 5-year-old in every listener's head just exploded because they heard Mega Man and Sonic.
There's a lot of customers we have who are around your age, Waffle, or my age, or Tiger's age, who've added this to their pull list. They're psyched for this. So.
It's better than adding My Little Pony. Yeah.
Should I read Sacco's?
Yeah.
Sacco's pick is The Criminal Macabre, McDonald's Casebook Volume 1 hardcover.
I'll speak in on that since I feel like I'm the only person at the table that's read a lot of Criminal Macabre. If you like noir stories, it's the best blend of noir and horror I think I've ever really read.
Okay, cool.
It's Steve Niles' best work easily. That and the first 2 volumes of 30 Days a Night. But this is his hallmark to me is his Cal McDonald stories. He goes a little crazy. Like if you're a fan of Hellboy, if you're a fan of just criminal, anything, any of this, give the first Cal trade a try. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I haven't read that much, but from what I've read, I really like it.
Yeah, it's Fatale. Fatale is a good book to compare it to, kind of. Only Fatale is a lot more on the classier side, almost on the more crime oriented side, while Cal McDonald's more on the Hellblazer, more of the person side, more of the cranky asshole who's saving the day.
Ed, what did you pick?
I believe I picked Batman number 19.
Wrong! Yes, he did.
Yeah, yeah he did.
Yeah, Scott Snyder's been just on point, and he's only has a couple of issues left before he goes into the Year Zero arc. So to read him writing Batman currently, that's going to be
I dig.
I like.
One of my favorites.
Yep. So what book are you looking forward to next week?
For myself?
Yeah.
I'm about to reread some Yukio Mishima. But
Awesome.
That's about it.
Yes.
No.
I wasn't looking for a straight answer.
No,
Yes.
I do like I said before, like coming out here, it really inspires someone who's who hasn't been involved in the comic book lifestyle too long, or at all actually myself. But just coming in here, people do need to check it out, just because it really it's a shoppable store. It makes you into it once you walk in the door. You know, you don't even need to like have anybody talk to you. You get sucked into it. So I want to check out Thunderbolts. Definitely,
Yeah.
that's something that's looking like it's on my list.
You should definitely read the new Thor.
Yeah, and then
Thor is fantastic. I'm so happy they've been catching up on it.
Yeah.
And then Criminal Macabre as well.
Yeah.
As was mentioned before, that one I saw that, and
Yeah.
the artwork looks sick for that. So,
it goes in and out sometimes. It changes artists, but it's pretty fucking consistent.
yeah, it's looking good. Like I'm being teased right now.
I'm happy you sat. With us and want to read some books.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting me.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Pleasure to
And
have
I
you.
think
No,
that's one of the cool things about this place is just it's open and inviting. You know, no one's
We are
really
really
kind
content.
Hell yeah.
Content.
You let me come in here and smoke cigarettes indoors and not deal with the cold, and it was great. Like,
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
We try to accommodate.
Yeah.
Please do not walk into the store smoking a cigarette during
Oh,
store
shit.
store hours.
Edit that
Please
out.
don't piss
Edit that
on the
out.
floor.
Can we-
Don't please don't piss on the floor unless Tiger's working.
No poopies on the carpet.
No stinky poopies.
No stinky poopies.
Thank you, Dave, for sitting in this week.
No, guys, thank you once again. I appreciate
Sako,
it.
we missed you. We hope to see you back next week.
Please replace me, Sako.
Love ya.
All right, Kieran, Believe,
No.
WCBJ, signing off.
Bye. Peace.